All right, good morning. This is our day 6. So this is the end of our first week. And the first week was about sort of laying down a foundation and a framing for what we're going to do for the rest of the year. And here in this week on this Friday, what I want to do is sort of bookend where we started last Sunday. And basically, so this week we looked at introduction on Sunday, and we looked at these two constructs, let's say. We looked at the practices we're going to do, and we talked about these 4 practices. We do some yoga, we do some breathing, we do some focusing, we do some insight work. And then we looked at the structure of your mind, your full mind and then your brain, in a kind of overview. And these two constructs, we're going to overlay the practice onto your mind, onto each level of your mind, and that'll take us through the whole year, those two things. And so what I want to do today is just kind of cap off this first week, like I said, with a bookend to the first day, with saying, as we use these two constructs, the practices we do and the structure of our mind, essentially what we are trying to do in ourselves is we are trying to know ourselves better and trying to love ourselves better and more richly and more deeply. And what this looks like specifically is that we bring these 2 skills, which are the 2 skills of mindfulness. And there's nothing other than these 2, which is awareness and acceptance. So we're going to build our awareness, which is knowing ourselves and the world better. And we're going to build our acceptance as well. And specifically, we're looking for undivided attention, building the capacity to pay attention in that way, undivided attention and unconditional acceptance, right? Those 2, undivided attention, unconditional acceptance, those 2 put together are how you love something, right? How you love it with a kind of focus, intensity, acceptance, all that sort of thing. So we're going to love ourselves better. And this whole week we've been talking about listening and this observer. And this is what we're going to do the rest of the month. This is our awareness, our human awareness up here. And starting Sunday, we're going to really just dive into that for about 3 weeks. But essentially, what's going to happen when we love ourselves, our responsibility is over at that point. We don't even need to actually understand what's going on. We don't need to make sense of it first, figure it out first, get ready to do the work, anything like that. To the extent that you can today or any day, you pay attention to yourself, you accept yourself, and that sorts everything out. This mind knows balance. And so there's this spectrum of, okay, things are wrong and I need to heal things up. And from there, so we can talk about health, we can talk about happiness, we can talk about high performance, and over here we can talk about spiritual enlightenment. These are all just the same spectrum of a healthy and fit mind. And to move from one towards that whole spectrum, all we have to do is show up every day and love ourselves to the extent that we can. And then the next day we do our practice, we build that capacity a little bit, we show up the next day and do it to the extent that we can, right? So you don't have to be anything different than you are right now. You don't have to be better. You don't have to learn something you don't know to do today's practice, right? You have everything you need to love yourself up, right? So take a breath and give yourself some attention in that breath, some acceptance in that breath. Good. Let's stand up and start moving